Hello and welcome to Spoiled Tomatoes, the only movie review game show on the internet, probably.
Maybe.
We're not 100% certain about that, but I haven't heard of another one. My name is Nate. I'll be your host, and with me is our returning champion with a record of 1-1, Brian Martin.
1-1, yeah. I won the last one, correct? The, Somewhere in Time.
You beat Daryl.
Yes.
Daryl Mansell was on, and you beat him by 1 point.
Yeah, really comfortable victory there.
Well, the thing about him, though, was that he was actually 1 percentage point away from scoring 10 points. So he's been the closest to getting the highest score. It's an experiment, and it seems to be working out pretty neat so far. Well, you've got a new contestant this week.
Yeah, who's our test subject now for this grand experiment?
Let's meet our contestants.
A former host of the VCR Kids podcast, a former frontman for the soul-based punk band Jesper, and a current tired dad and mini orchardist. It's Jay Moore. Jay,
hello.
Welcome to Spoiled Tomatoes.
Hello. I provided that intro, Brian. I'm sure you probably figured that out.
I didn't mention anything to Nate about your horticulture pursuits.
Yeah.
I didn't even know how to read that word. I was like, orchidist, orchardist?
Yeah, I have a bunch of fruit trees.
Okay, because I was like, wait,
Yeah.
Does this mean he grows orchids or orchards?
We do have an orchid over there, but that's my wife's sunlight.
Well, I can relate to the tired dad part at the very least.
Oh, yeah, it's way past
Yeah.
my bedtime.
Well, we'll try and make it short and sweet.
This is Nate and Brian podcasting hour right here. This is prime
Yeah,
time
exactly.
for us. So we do all our recording.
There you go.
What do you got over there, Nate?
Sprite and
Oh, your typical cocktail. It looks like you got a couple Oh, okay. It was just the way the glass looked. I thought you had like a couple mothballs in there or something. It was just something weird floating at the bottom of your glass.
just the whiskey. I've got bottles and bottles of this whiskey. So the only time I drink it is when we're podcasting, which is turning out to be like twice a week now.
Yeah. So that's a lot of drinking. A lot of drinking for you. I have just water tonight. I pre-gamed.
Good to know that.
You know what the best thing that happened to me tonight was? I go to this place, right? And I order a beer, and the keg kicks. So the guy's like, what else you want instead? I get a different beer. He still gives me the first one, even though it's only half full.
Beer and a half.
Yeah. Look at that.
Quality.
That's like winning at a slot machine.
Everything's coming up, Brian.
Yeah, all right. Aces.
Well, I hope your luck lasts through the game.
Did I say that was the best thing that's happened to me today?
You said tonight, but yeah.
But it was, no, I meant today. The whole day. That was the best thing that happened.
An extra half a beer.
So I really need this win tonight, guys.
All right, well, we'll see what we can do about that. This is referencing Oh Boy, episode 103, LOLA, which posted on March 1st, 2026.
I'm going to show you how to see the future. Wait, and die. If we can receive photos from the past, surely we can receive them from the future.
I'll never forget the day we switched her on for the first time. 1st of October, 1938.
Jay, do you understand the rules of the game? You've told me that you've listened to an episode.
Yes, so I listened to your episode about this movie that we're talking about today. I am totally new to your show, so I was a great learning experience going back and listening to Frequently Asked Questions on time travel, which is a movie I have seen, and then I listened to the Spoiled Tomatoes on that. So I kind of understand how the game works a little bit.
How did your opinion compare to ours on that movie?
I would say I haven't seen it since probably around not too long after it came out, so my recollection is pretty similar. I always have a problem with I always really lose interest in movies when they give you that kind of post-apocalyptic barren wasteland when someone goes into the future set piece. And I think I remember that in that movie, and I think that I instantly kind of turned my brain off from that point on.
Yeah, there's a small scene somewhere in the middle of the movie where they did that, I think. Yeah.
Giant what, ant?
Yeah, a
involved
giant
in that
ant
sequence?
ate a homeless guy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you gotta love that. You gotta love seeing a giant ant eat a homeless guy.
I'm also really interested in, because I listened to the Lola episode and you guys were raving about it. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing it Lola, and it's not a.
That's correct.
Okay.
Like the Kinks would.
It was like, okay, yeah, all right. I kind of got the impression that you guys were really big fans of this movie and that it was pretty well done. But I've also had a lot of discussions with Brian about both Criterion Collection films and also a lot of Marvel movies he's tried to make me watch that
Oh, really?
not been a fan of.
Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true.
So I'm I've heard him rave very highly about universally renowned great
Right.
movies, and also he's pretty fond of a lot of movies.
I was going to say, well, I wish you knew me a little better so that it would help balance your guess, right?
Yeah. The only other thing that I learned from listening to these episodes is it sounds like maybe you can't read.
Yeah, I don't.
Is that right? Or-
That's exactly right. That's
Okay.
exactly right.
You know what I'm just thinking, though? You mentioned Lola. I said, yeah, like the Kinks. And then it just occurred to me, the Kinks song that's in the
Yeah.
movie, right? They do that cover of You Really
Yeah.
Got Me. And it makes me wonder, did they ever get a chance to hear Lola, the song by the Kinks? That was not about their mother, right? The machine was named
Right.
after their mother. The Kinks song is named after a man who dresses like a woman.
Maybe one could guess that the song Lola was created from the movie.
And maybe there's a lot we don't know about
Maybe.
their mom. Yeah.
I was under the impression, because the title is all capital, that it was like an anagram for something, but it's not. Okay.
No. I think it's just that there's a lot of movies named Lola, and they were like, well, I guess we'll put ours in all caps.
Gotcha. All right.
Well, just for those who don't know, and a refresher just in case, here's how the scoring works.
If you're new to the rules, here's how the game is played. The contestant will earn points based on their estimation of the movie's Rotten Tomato score. First, they will decide whether or not the movie has been certified fresh, earning 1 point with a correct guess. Next, they will gauge whether the audience score is higher or lower than that of the critics, with the potential to earn 2 points. Now the contestant will provide their best guess of the actual critic and audience scores. Should they manage to guess within 10 percentage points of the current tomato score, they will earn 5 points. If they are within 3 percentage points of the actual score, they will receive 10 points. The contestant can earn 20 points if they guess the score exactly. And, in the unlikely event that the contestant guesses both the critic's score and the audience score exactly right, they will be awarded an extra 50 points and end the game with a perfect score of 93 points. Now let's get ready to play.
93 points, which we're all waiting to have happen.
All right. Sounds good.
Good
Based
luck.
on a movie you have not seen.
I think the max points anybody's earned so far is like 8.
8's the number to beat. I was actually kind of
wow,
thinking about,
okay.
Brian, what we could do by the end of this season. You know, it could be you against the field. Total up all of your points.
Oh, sure.
And total up all of their points. And maybe you'll win the whole season.
Like overall, but it's got to be every
Oh, yeah.
contestant ever
Yeah,
all
for
season.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
And you have one person on the leaderboard. Is that correct?
that's correct. Right now, Brian has a record of 1-1. Eric McGill is on the leaderboard with 8 points. And that's the man to beat at the moment. He's the person you're chasing. I did send you a link to the trailer. Did you happen to watch the trailer of the movie?
I did watch the trailer. There were a lot of festival accommodations that were
I
listed on
noticed that, and I thought, oh, is this giving an unfair advantage? But then I thought, no, if people are going to get to see the trailer, they get to see the trailer.
I took film classes in college and made movies, and we had a small film festival that we got accepted in, and we blasted that all over our posters so, you know, I'm aware that you could list anything as an accolade.
Yeah. Anything that's got like an olive branch frame
Yeah.
and says something in French or Italian, you're
Yeah.
like, well, we're putting that right on there.
I've done it. In French, it says UNC Charlotte Student Film Festival.
Miss Hadbury, you will
station, LOLA. LOLA is a system of electrical processors which allows us to observe broadcasts from the future.
This is magnificent. It's beautiful. It's going to change history.
This is the true magic.
Movies, royal weddings, a musical rebellion, signals beamed around the world.
Because of this pioneering work.
This marks a huge turning point in the war against Nazi Germany.
Tom, you are more brilliant than even you know. And also more dangerous.
We're under sustained attack. 6 German destroyers supported by heavy air bombardment.
Early this morning, catastrophe struck Britain.
Why has it suddenly changed?
The adjustment of variables could lead to a new set of consequences.
I don't understand.
Their maliciously false intel resulted in this country being invaded.
We have to leave.
LOLA was never meant to be an instrument of violence.
Can we undo this?
So when you saw the trailer, did it give you any interest in the movie? Like, would you lay down your money to see that movie based on that trailer?
I don't know. I mean, I think it would be something where if it was on one of my already subscribed streaming services, I might, right? You guys mentioned Blair Witch and the found footage aspect of it. And there was a period in 2010s-ish where it felt like every movie was doing that, like around the Cloverfield time. Yeah. And I kind of got burnt out on it. So it's not usually something I totally seek out, but this one did sound really unique and interesting.
Yeah. I think the fact that it takes place in the 40s and has Nazis in it is something. You don't get Hitler appearing in a lot of found footage feature films, you know?
Fair. Yeah.
Well, Jay, this would be the part in the show where you get to ask us 3 questions. If you've prepared 3 questions that you think will help you in rating this tomato score, you may ask them now.
Do you have a pet? Do you have a sweet tooth? Do you believe in the power of a curse?
Okay. So when I listened to your episode, I was driving. And for those of you who don't live in Charlotte, it's easily to be distracted from your listening while you're driving.
Well, I was watching while I was waiting for us to get on and record. I was watching a Reddit user on the Charlotte subreddit that posted a video from the newly opened 45 toll lanes.
Oh, was it the guy who pulled out in front of?
Yeah, there was like a 60-year-old woman who pulled out in a Lexus and almost. And this guy swerved way off the road. You've seen it. You've seen it. Was that you?
No, it wasn't me, but I've seen it.
Like this man is just trying to listen to a podcast.
I've been up to Charlotte. I've been to the comic book convention up there several times. And on North Tryon Street, you can park in the right lane of the street.
Yes.
It's like, is it a parking lot or a lane? I don't.
Yes.
I don't understand that. When I saw this, just parking spaces.
Yeah.
Is this a?
In the immortal words of Shakira, whenever, wherever.
Yeah.
That's how you can park.
You can park on the train tracks. That's what people do.
But that kind of derailed your question.
Sorry. Yeah.
You were driving.
So it sounded like, and I could get this completely wrong, but it sounded like there was a point in the film where maybe characters were arrested or maybe, I guess my question is, besides the news footage, did it ever transition out of found footage or was it found footage the entire time?
The whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, it never became like a straightforward narrative with an omniscient camera kind of observing things.
I mean, this isn't kind of part of your question, but I understand how you feel about the found footage stuff, and this did not give me that feeling. We didn't really talk about it in that regard, but it didn't.
We only really talked about it with regards to Blair Witch, but we didn't really talk about it in terms of just the deluge we got 15 years ago of like Quarantine and Paranormal Activity movies.
Oh, I forgot about Quarantine.
Like all of that stuff,
it didn't,
right?
Was it REC, the Spanish version of that? Or
Rec,
something?
yeah.
It didn't feel like that to me.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that at all.
Okay.
Yeah, somehow, even with the presence of Nazis, it's not a horror film.
Okay, question 2.
Okay. This isn't specifically about the movie content, so this may not follow the rules, but
That's
I'm
all
going to try
good.
it. Can I know how many reviews for critics and audience there were on Rotten Tomatoes? Like, is it like 5 people reviewed this, or is it like 500?
That's a good, I mean, I'll let it play. That's pretty sharp on your part. Here.
Yeah, nobody's thought to ask that.
And I don't honestly know, so let me see.
How many of them were men? The audience score is lower.
Let me look. I know it wasn't a huge amount. 40 reviews. 40 critic reviews and over 100 user reviews.
Okay.
That's not bad for
Yeah.
something like this.
Yeah. I was under the impression it might be smaller.
Yeah.
But you saw all the film festivals it's been in, Jay.
Yeah, right.
I mean...
Right. Well, I figured 40 critics is fine, but 100 audience is pretty good.
All right. You got a third question?
Yes. Brian, what do people say about me behind my back?
What I will
Just
tell you
keep on
is,
answering.
one time, our mutual friend Richard showed me a picture of you from, I want to say, middle school. I don't know. He was like, "Hey, you know who this is?" And I said, "Ryan Seacrest."
What, you had frosted tips? Is that what's happening?
But it wasn't like Ryan Seacrest looked in middle school. You know, it was like
Like he looks like now.
Yeah. The only tip was that you didn't have the mustache in middle school.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if that was really Jay in middle school, he should have had a mustache.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I definitely know all the scores now. Thanks.
Okay. Was that your honest third question? Do you have one that you want to go with the movie, or is that good?
No, I can't think of anything
Okay.
else. I think I probably have as much as I will be able to get.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so it's time to ask those questions. Jay, we're going to start with you because theoretically, given the fact that Brian has seen the movie, your scores shouldn't influence him, and apparently his opinion shouldn't influence you either.
I heard that one episode. Did you write these down already, Brian, or are you going to just copy all of mine with like one number off?
I already have numbers
Okay.
in my head.
In your head, right. In his head.
Yeah.
If any of those numbers happen to be the same as yours, I'm just keeping.
Yeah. All right.
Well, tie goes to the contestant.
Yeah, so it'd be foolish
of you to copy his answer.
But I'm going to be honest about it.
Okay.
One of my scores was exactly the same as what Jay says, and I'm going to stick to my guns
Okay.
on that.
All right, Jay, do you believe that this movie was certified fresh by critics?
Yes.
And do you believe that the audience score was higher or the critics score was higher?
Critics score.
Okay. All right, so here's the tough one. What percentage do you think that the critics gave this movie?
I'm going to go with a strategic 92.
Ooh.
Okay.
And this is purely based off of all the flowers you guys were giving it.
It's purely based off of the score of Toy Story 3. Actually, that one was like a 93, wasn't it? 99. Might have been even high.
But what was Toy Story 4?
That one was not
unnecessary.
Okay, so 92% for the critics. How about the audience score? What do you think they scored it?
I'm going to say 78.
78.
Sorry.
All right. 78% for the user score. Now we'll find out, Brian, whether we're closer to users or critics. Are we actual film critics over here?
Never have I professed to be a film critic. I once wrote a review of that movie, The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, and the entire review was me grousing about how Helen Mirren wasn't in the movie.
And is that why all of our reviews on Letterboxd are haikus?
I mean, yeah, that's about all I got in me right now.
Okay, well, I hope you've got some answers in you here. I'm going to ask you the same questions. Certified fresh, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
You're just copying my answers again.
Yep. Okay, critics score higher or audience score higher?
I am also going to go critics score higher on this.
All right, and the big one, the critics score. What are you giving it? What percentage?
83.
So we're within. Well, no, I guess we're within
83
10.
and 92. Yeah,
It could be.
Okay,
could be.
And how about the users? Which, again, you said was lower than 83.
Yeah, I don't think it's super low, but I also don't think it's like a high 70s. I think it's lower than that. So I'm going to just say 69.
All right, dude.
Yeah, 69.
I probably should have asked this in the 3 questions, but it just occurred to me. Since this seems to be a movie that is been hard to find and has been passed around by word of mouth, you would think that the audience reviews would maybe be more than just like your normal major theatrical release, right? Like it would be people who probably had to seek this out and had some vested interest in it initially.
But it was also COVID time, right? So like maybe people were just home watching
True.
a bunch of stuff. What's streaming now?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard to say, but I mean, it's a small enough movie. I'll tell you what. This is really interesting. I love these scores. I love the way this came out. Okay, time to reveal the scores. Is this movie certified fresh? Yes or no? Jay, you said yes. Brian, you also said yes. And yes, of course, this movie is certified fresh by all those film critics that got it into all of those film shows, right?
That's right. $5 for you.
And given that it is certified fresh by critics, the critics' score is, in fact, higher than the audience score. So you're both sitting at 3 points right now.
Hell yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
And now here's where things get interesting. So for the critics' score, Jay, you said 92%. Brian, you said 83%. The critics' score on this movie is 98%.
Holy crap!
98%.
I really should have stuck to that Toy Story 3 thing. So we've learned.
That is 5 points for Jay and 0 points for Brian on that score.
Oof.
Oh, I'm already on the
we're looking at
leaderboard,
like
baby.
8.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
hold on.
Not over yet.
You know what? What would be great is if the users actually just made their reviews scored the way they did to get it to 69.
That's right.
That's my kind of review bombing.
Brian, why did you make it so low? 83 feels low to me.
I don't know. There's always some bozos out there who don't get it.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
I'm assuming in any pool of critics, you're going to have a solid 5% that are ass clowns.
Well, sure, but like, given how much we seemed to like that movie, I was surprised you didn't get at least into the 90s. That's pretty...
I'll refer you back to what Jay was talking about earlier and my taste in movies. So.
All right.
He really tried to get me to watch The Elementals, like really knowing it was
Eternals.
Eternal. Okay.
I fell asleep during the Eternals. I couldn't finish it.
Well, that's why I tried to get Jay to watch it. I was like, he looks like he needs some rest.
That's true. You mentioned in one of the episodes The Secret Agent, and I went and saw that at the Independent Picture House, and I fell asleep because it was right after our daughter was born, and I was not sleeping.
Oh, yeah. I was really tuckered out during that movie. And I think I mentioned in the episode that I thought it was like an hour shorter than it actually was.
Yeah. I saw the first 10 minutes and the last 30.
I'm just going to be honest. You missed the best part where the...
yeah, that's what I got.
The severed leg is bounding around a gay park and killing people.
Okay.
You think I'm joking, but that's actually in the movie.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so the user score. Jay, you said the user score is 78%. And Brian, you went with a classic 69%.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
The user score for this is 68%.
Holy crap! We did it, boys.
But here's the thing. Jay is within 10 points. So he scores 5 here. And you scored 10 here.
So that means we have the same scores yet again.
13 apiece. 13 apiece, which means Jay is taking not only his points to the leaderboard, but he is atop the leaderboard.
Number 1, baby.
Well played, Brian, but yet again,
yeah,
you come up short.
What Brian didn't tell you is we initially met from a trivia night where I was on, not to be too cocky, probably the second best team there all the time.
That's yeah,
and
no.
the best team with a combined age under 500.
That's true also.
Well, you have all the rights to be cocky after pulling out a win like that. 13 points, not too shabby for Spoiled Tomatoes. But Brian, first 10-pointer.
I think we're figuring out how to play this game.
The first 10-pointer also. That's fun.
Yeah, boy, that's close. I'm going to have to pick 69 a little more often. I think it's like,
That does put you in a good range of, it might still be certified fresh and be within that 10 points, right?
Yeah. Well, I've tried to game this before. I've tried to implement a few different strategies to this in my quest for dominance.
Well, the way you guys were talking about this movie, I thought that the critic score was going to be like a 99,
You
or
should have said it. You would have been right on.
Well, that's why I was like, surely it can't be. I mean, it's Brian.
It worked against you.
I would 100% recommend you watch this movie. It is really good.
Yeah.
Really good. But let's see what the users thought. We always end Spoiled Tomatoes reading some of the user scores off the Rotten Tomato website. So I've pulled a few here that I think will be entertaining. But before I start with the really bad ones, Brian, I have one that I find pretty interesting, and I want your take on it because we've watched the movies. But this is a very strange review to me. Okay.
Oh, God. It's not Tiago S. again.
Vinyl R on January 21st of this year gave Lola 3 stars. He says,
"You really need to push past the insufferable main characters and cheesy setup of the first act. I was going to give up and give it 1 star at that point, but thankfully the second act really picked it up into a more interesting, coherent film."
This is a guy who loves Hitler.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was waiting for the point. It's like, but thankfully in the second act, Nazis show up.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? What kind of review is that?
I don't know. How does this not grab you from the jump? Is it just like you... I mean, obviously, like in the first act, you don't really know what's going on yet. You may not see the broad scope of what they're doing yet,
I'm not even sure what it is in the second act that turns the corner for you.
That would hook you? It's got to be the song.
The boots? The boots on the ground song?
No, not that one. Not the boots on the ground song. Not that
the fascist song?
Authoritarian techno-pop song. The one where the girls are singing.
Okay.
You really got me.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like if you're going to enjoy that part, why would you not like the beginning when they're talking about Bowie and...
How can you find them insufferable?
I don't...
They're pretty
delightful.
delightful.
Let's see what the rest of the users have to say here.
I mean, I would argue that Tom becomes insufferable after she sacrifices an entire boatload of innocent American,
Right, but she doesn't do that in the first act.
Boat enthusiasts.
Yeah. Okay. All right, well, let's dig a little deeper into the user scores here. Richard L. on January 21st, 2024, gave this movie 1.5 stars. He says,
"Although it manages to be briefly original and entertaining about halfway through, Lola clearly doesn't know whether it should focus on the concept itself and the events that flow from it, or its characters, who happen to be a lot less interesting than the writer had likely intended. An almost painfully unimaginative ending signs this great idea off to mediocrity."
How in the world were they supposed to end this movie? With the Nazis winning. Okay, never mind. It's another one of those. I get it.
To me, it ends really pretty perfectly.
I think it ends the only way it could. And that's not a slight. It ends the way it's set up to end. From the beginning of the movie. The first line of the movie.
But yeah, I mean, the movie sets up how it's supposed to end. So...
I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I just don't get it.
For sure. Voodoo V on 8/17/2023 gave it 1/2 star.
"Could not finish watching this. It's bad and boring.
Okay.
The trailer made it look good, but like..."
Because of all those insignias, the logos for the festivals. This trailer made it look really good. What's going on here?
The trailer made it look good.
"But like the other reviews say, they 100% fail at making this feel like the past. Everything feels modern, but in black and white with crappy film.
All right, where does this guy live? Well, like, what are his living conditions is what I would want to know.
The sisters' relationship plays like two lesbian lovers rather than two close sisters.
Well, now he's projecting.
That's why you like this movie so much, Brian.
The way all the characters move, talk, etc. is very modern. The message of this movie seems to be, in the end, nobody can really change anything, so why bother? Which is why I couldn't be bothered to finish it.
Wow. Oof. Maybe that's what LOLA stands for. Look out, lesbians. Ah!
I mean, isn't the whole, and you guys have seen a lot more time travel movies than I have.
What gives you that idea?
My expertise, Brian used to be on a few episodes of our old podcast where we would watch like childhood movies. So I've seen a lot of kids movies, but my impression of general time travel movies, video games, whatever, is that there is a level of no matter what you can do, what happens, right? Like there's
Yeah, depending on the type of time travel, for sure.
Right. Like that's my issue with this review, right? Is that that's the whole point of time travel movies, right? Is like
I went on and on in my conversation about how good it looked. And this guy's like, it doesn't even look old.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I was like, are you kidding? It looks incredibly old.
Like half the footage is just actual old footage. What are you talking about?
That's why I included it, because it was like such a departure from the things that I had said myself.
Half star. I can't believe Hitler would star in this movie.
I thought he had higher standards. Scott L. on October 12th of this year gave it 1/2 star.
This is an absolute insult to World War II American and European history.
Oh, come on. Like, this guy just did not get time travel.
This is an absolute insult to World War II American and European history.
Greatest generation, my ass.
What does that even mean? Like, how is it insulting?
I wonder what he thinks about Inglourious Bastards.
I should go look that up. That makes no sense to me.
I mean, if you double feature this with Saving Private Ryan or something.
I mean, if you want just a movie that's like, hey, America rocks, look at us win a war. I mean, right? That's what he's got to be looking for.
Yeah, we are soldiers.
Right? And then this one, America decided not to enter.
That one was about Vietnam. That's not the right
I don't know. It seems like an American exceptionalism thing to me.
That's such a weird take.
Right?
Like, why would you watch a work of fiction and say, I can't believe how offensive this is to things that really happened? Like, what a stupid thing to say. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that one, I said a second ago, people are entitled to their own opinions. That wasn't one of the ones I was talking about.
He's not entitled to that opinion?
No. Like, but he might have been a guy. He might have been a guy who just stumbled across this and thought what he was watching was real. This isn't the way I remember things at all.
A woman inventor?
A woman inventor. Yeah.
Okay, so normally that's where we would end, but I found one more review that I thought I should share, Brian. 1/2 star. Weak movie.
Oh, come on. No.
It's actually not Thiago. It's not
It's
Thiago.
not? Oh, that's how he starts all his.
But read it anyway. It says, weak movie.
Boring. Hated it. Has amateur feel to it. Like it's a home movie or something. Cinematography was horrible. Script weak. Acting also weak.
That must be like Thiago's neighbor or something.
Maybe he got wise to us and he started moving down.
Maybe he got banned and yeah.
That was CM, August 31st of 2023. Well, that's the game. Our winner tonight, of course, Jay, thank you for playing. Do you have anything that you want to plug while you're here? Do you have anything that you put out there that you want people to see?
Nothing recent. I think maybe go back and check out the what was it? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 episode of the VCR Kids.
We did a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 episode, and then we did the Black Cauldron episode.
The Black Cauldron episode, yes. So those are my old podcast that is retired since I have children. I have a 3-month-old that's sleeping right over there. So,
well, I'm glad you have headphones in since we are so loud.
Yeah. And I did have a question also. Have you guys done the great time travel flick Lost in Space with Matt LeBlanc?
Oh shit, that is a time travel movie.
Is that the full title? Lost in Space with
Yeah.
Lost in Space with
No, we haven't covered that one yet.
That's a really good idea. That's a really good idea.
It might be on one of our lists somewhere, but
I forget that it's a time travel movie.
Yeah,
but it is.
It might be. It's a bit of a spoiler, I think, maybe. But
Jared Harris plays old Will Robinson.
No, it's Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman plays
Gary
Dr.
Oldman
Smith.
plays Dr.
Yeah.
Smith. Jared Harris plays Will Robinson, the older version. The guy from Mad Men. He was Lane Price in Mad Men.
Okay.
He's Dumbledore's son.
Sorry, I've already forgotten so much of that movie, and we did it on our podcast.
Well, I'll tell you what. We have 3 open spots this year, Brian. Left.
Oh, that's
this year.
true. We do, don't we? Let's see how our listenership's doing before we
until we want to tank it that way.
Jettison Lost in Space out there into the world.
Well, just the same, Jay, thanks so much for filling in tonight. And what a great game. 13-13 in very unique, very unique ways. Brian, I can't believe you didn't put this in the 90s.
Yeah, well.
Thanks for having me.
We will have you back. You've got one more appearance to add to your 13 points.
Yeah. Hey, if anyone tops me, I gotta get back in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not that there's a trophy at the end. There should be a trophy at the end.
You didn't invite Slippy, did you?
No.
Okay.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
They're the octogenarian trivia team that I have. Now, I'm always making jokes at their expense. The next question is about the Bible, and I know what you guys are going to say. Slippy has an unfair advantage because they wrote half of it. That's just what they get for being guys in their 50s and 60s who hang out in Plaza Midwood.
Feels like the people I would hang out with.
I would hang out with Slippy.
They haven't invited you.
Well, by this point, the podcast is over. I don't really have an outro.
Okay.